Hello everybody. Another news video because another thing related to the Direct, which was delayed. Heck. Just gonna be covering a lot of news, which we basically got from not seeing the Direct, and also, potential time for when the Direct is going to be scheduled for. So first off, when the Direct is going to be rescheduled for, I think that's probably what most people are here for, so I'll just do it now. There was... I told my friends about this in school, so if you're watching the video, I'll probably comment something about it, but... Because the lengths of this, it doesn't even make sense, but anyway. There was a data mine in Splatoon 2. Well, before that, there was an item that was set to come out, or something, I think, for Salmon Run that was gonna come out, today, actually. Well, Friday, September 7th, specifically. And, yeah, we didn't get it, and we didn't know what it was. It was a mystery item, I think. I've actually not played Salmon Run in, like, months, so I don't really know what it was. Yeah, it was... I don't remember exactly what it was. It was basically some item, and it's supposed to come out today, day after the Direct, and it was delayed to 1 week from today. So a lot of people are thinking, it was delayed to 1 week from today. How do you know that? Because you can only see like a day or two into the future in Splatoon 2's menus. Well, that's where the data mines come in. Some people data mined that said item would come out next week on Friday, and data mines are never wrong, but how you interpret that's where you can get it wrong. Like, personally, I think delaying it to 1 week afterward, considering it's a mystery item or something, I'm not really sure exactly what it was, so if I'm saying something wrong, tell me in the comments. Yeah, but it was basically delayed to next week. So I think that basically means, and this is what many other people are thinking too, that it was an item that was going to come out in the Direct, and or to be announced or talked about in the Direct. And that means another two things. First off, that means the Direct was likely rescheduled to this next Thursday, because honestly, that makes the most sense. Doing it on a Saturday makes literally no sense. Doing it Sunday, that makes a lot less sense. Monday, no. Tuesday, no. Wednesday, at that point, might as well just do it on Thursday. So, yeah, I think it's just basically just going to be rescheduled for next Thursday. And hopefully it actually works this time, and hopefully there's no hurricanes. Not hurricanes, I'm really bad. Hopefully no earthquakes. Now, hopefully there's no earthquakes ever, but that's not going to happen, so yeah. Yeah, and then also that says that we are likely going to get some Splatoon 2 information or whatever in the said Direct also. That kind of just makes sense, because considering that the Splatoon developers are supposedly stopping the monthly updates or whatever it is now, they've been switching between a lot. It's actually like once every 2 weeks or whatever, and they're saying a lot once every month, and then they went back, and they went back to the month. I'm not really sure what's happening these days in Splatoon 2's updates. So yeah. But considering this is almost guaranteed the last major Nintendo Direct of the month, I bet it's last one of the month, last one of the year probably, I think that makes a lot of sense. To basically say what's happening with Splatoon 2's updates, or at least talk about more information. Because honestly, I don't think they should stop the updates for a while, because I don't think it makes sense to have 2 Splatoon games on a console. That's not how the game is meant to be, in my opinion. Like, I don't want it to be the next NBA 2K18 or whatever, because, let's be honest, the 2K games are literally just ports of the previous one with little to no improvement. So yeah, I guess that was a little out of nowhere, but whatever. So yeah, I think they're probably going to talk about Splatoon or something in Direct for a while, and Direct likely rescheduled for next week on Thursday. So to clarify that. And now we're just going to get to other news, which you would have seen the Direct probably had it actually happen. So First off, and also, by the way, if you're curious, I'm just getting all this information from GameXplain's YouTube channel. I'm also getting some from Nintendo Life's YouTube channel. So, yeah, if you could just check it out. I'm just kind of jumbling it together because why not? Next up, on Nintendo's website, I'm not sure if this is the case anymore, but for almost every game that Nintendo's announced, they have a page on Nintendo's website about said game. And if you remember, we haven't seen Yoshi since last E3. All we heard about since then is that it's being delayed to 2019. And that is still the case, but the thing is that on Nintendo's website, if you were under a certain page and looking at like a recommended for you or whatever section, I think it's for Mario Odyssey or something. One of the recommended games is said Yoshi game. And compared to before, it just said Yoshi. Now it says Yoshi's Crafted World. And yeah, that's a pretty good title. At first I was like, why 2 games in a row? That's Yoshi's something World. And then I kind of realized, so did I think it was John from GameXplain. That makes sense because it's the same people developing the game as Yoshi's Woolly World, Good Feel, and I really like Woolly World, so if it's Good Feel developing this, it should be a pretty good game. So yeah, Yoshi's Crafted World. I guess that makes sense. I thought there would have been something with like flipping in the title. I remember there's a really bad E3 leak, and they were gonna call it Yoshi's Flippin' Island. Like, jeez, that's not a very good title. For a few reasons. I hope it's obvious, but they are. First one is that that's just a bad title, and second off, flippin', like, really, the way that's implied is just a leak that like a 10-year-old made. So Yoshi's Crafted World, I guess that makes sense. Next up, this one we are basically going to guaranteed see in the Direct. Yesterday, I believe, a Mega Man 11 demo came out on Switch. And basically, I think basically it was going to be that they were going to talk about Mega Man 11 for a while in the Direct, because I believe Mega Man 11 is coming out on October 8th. Don't quote me on that. But I think it's coming out on October 8th. And talking about Direct, that makes a lot of sense. And also we'll talk about releasing a demo coming out today or whatever, but that didn't happen. So honestly, this Direct is literally going to be so awkward now, because like, I bet the Direct is literally going to be like 5 minutes shorter because of some of the stuff here. It's so weird. But anyway, yeah, the Mega Man 11 demo thingy was the creators of Mega Man 11. I think it's Bandai Namco. I'll just see if I can like find out in like a few seconds. Otherwise, I'll just guess on Bandai Namco. Okay, yeah, I didn't see. I think it's Bandai Namco. Don't quote me on that, and if I'm wrong, sorry, I'm not a Mega Man fan. I've played literally 5 minutes of Mega Man X, and that's it. So, yeah. I believe that was announced. That was basically announced in a tweet by said company who creates the Mega Man games. They're basically like, oh, by the way, Mega Man 11 demo out now on the Switch, coming out tomorrow on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. And, yeah, because that makes sense. Next up, I think a much more minor game, but a lot of people apparently like it. I've actually never heard of it before. Civilization 6. Based on what I've looked up, I actually don't really know much about the game. It doesn't... I think it's kind of like SimCity in a way, but kind of combined with Minecraft. I know that's a really weird combination, but I think you kind of like build your civilization or something. I have no clue. Yeah, I think I probably would have talked about in the Direct maybe for a short time, but it would have, or maybe just not, because sometimes this happens in game development, but considering this was literally like Oh, wait, 2 a.m. Wait. Bruh. Dude uploaded at like 7 o'clock my time. That's before I was waking up. Wow. But yeah, I think I probably would have been announced in the Direct, considering it was a day after when the Direct would have been. I think that makes sense. So Civilization 6, what we have so far is Splatoon 2, Yoshi's Crafted Flippin' World, and Mega Man 11 demo, Civilization 6, and after that, I'm not certain if this one would have been talked about in the Direct, but on Nintendo's, one of Nintendo's many websites, it basically talked about how there would not be cloud saves for certain games, and how cloud saves would actually not how cloud saves work. I don't think it talked about how cloud saves would work. But however, it basically said that this is for Nintendo Switch Online program, by the way. It said that Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee will not have cloud backup saves, whatever you want to call it, and that Splatoon 2 will not have cloud backup saves, whatever you want to call it. And Nintendo Life talked a little bit about this because they got more info on it that they technically shouldn't have gotten, but I'll talk about that in a second. But basically, I think this means, I think the reason they did that is because if it's for Splatoon 2, I'm honestly not really sure what that is, but I think it was for games like Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, and games along those lines where it's like trying to get a specific weapon. They wanted you to do it so that you did not just try to get a weapon, and then if you fail, beforehand you would have like made a cloud save, and then if you fail to get the weapon, you just get the previous cloud save, and then you don't get the weapon, then previous cloud save, and then you repeat that until you eventually get it. I think that's what Nintendo's trying to prevent, but you could have just, for some games you could just kind of erase the previous save data, or went to the home menu before it erased, but whatever. Splatoon 2, I'm not really sure what that's up for. Yeah, I don't really know about that. So that's a little bit interesting. And so to Nintendo Life, what I was saying, Nintendo Life, Nintendo has some apparently reliable anonymous source, because they've basically guessed the previous state of the last 2 or 3 directs, like 5 days ahead of time before anybody else knew about it. Didn't have the exact time frame correct of when it would be, but actually they did, never mind, but yeah. That's a little bit. Yeah, they also, anonymous source said some information about the cloud saves, and that basically said because they didn't want you grinding for weapons and stuff. I don't know, it's kind of confused. There's a lot to talk about there, and he wasn't sure about it either. Like the anonymous leaker, or anonymous info source, or whatever you want to call it. But I think basically, developers of games can just, when submitting a game or whatever, they can just opt out of cloud saves, which I suppose that's good. I don't know. I've not made a game before. Actually, I have in hecking Scratch, but I have not made one otherwise, so yeah. What was this saying? Oh yeah, but, more Nintendo Life info, like, thing so much, but, like, okay, I might just stop what I was saying Nintendo Life, because I don't remember it. 1 second. Sorry. That was horrible. Sorry about cut. Yeah. Basically, it sounded like you can basically choose to do... Again, the person's not sure about it. I think they basically said you can... I think they said the cloud saves would be uploaded and downloaded at specific times of the day, morning and evening, or something. And they also said that, I remembered something, but I forgot. They said something along the lines of, like, oh yeah, that from what they knew, there was no maximum number of gigabytes that you can have uploaded or whatever, maximum amount of data that Nintendo could store for you. So, I don't know, it's a little interesting. And lastly, this one I'm a little bit less certain if it was going to be in the Direct, but probably not. One of like the quadrillion versions of Final Fantasy 15 is coming to Switch, being Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition HD. So, yeah, and also, I was looking at it in the comments, that's literally the weirdest abbreviation ever, or acronym, whatever, it's FFXVPEHD. Like, bruh. I suppose that may be better than Mario RPG Legend of Seven Stars, but I don't know, whatever. I don't really know too much about Final Fantasy, but I think basically it's Final Fantasy, but it's like kind of like anime-ish style graphics. And from what somebody in the comments said, I think it's like you have to pay for certain chapters or something. I don't really know about that, so don't quote me on that. Basically, it's a really downgrade version of Final Fantasy 15, so yeah. But on, I believe it is out now on Xbox One and PlayStation 4, and on those consoles it's only $30, so that's actually pretty reasonable, not gonna lie. I bet that was gonna be revealed in the Direct. That information only came out about 6 hours ago that said game was coming to Switch, so I don't know. I don't know. So I guess I'll just about do it for this video. I don't really have anything else to talk about, so yeah. Yeah, thanks for watching. If you want to know anything specific, go check out Gaming Explained Nintendo Life's YouTube channel, so I have quite a bit of information on gaming news. And also, let me know in the comments what you think was the most interesting piece of information in this video. I'd like to know. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.